I often hear people say that Valve don't care about investors, but I totally disagree with that. Even though it might sound plausible, and it is nice to say since it then gives you a reason for if investments do badly, it's just plain wrong. The prices of today's market are largely due to investors. It's not like the average player buys stickers worth thousands of dollars. In this video, I'll explain why Valve have to care about us, investors. First of all, I would like to talk about Valve's main goal with the game. They have always been out for profit from making money. We've known this for a while now, but it is very important for the story to make sense. Well then, what are the ways that Valve can make money? Well, there are a few ways and here they are. The most important one is the sale of case keys. Valve drop people cases in-game, and this is on purpose. If you get a case, instead of having to buy it, you are more likely to open it, since the case was air quotes free. This is just one of the mind tricks Valve used to get people to open in-game items for real life money, but it has given them a huge income stream. But people don't just open the cases because they want the items in the case to keep in the game. People open cases because they could get something worth way more than the key cost them, since CSGO items are tradable to other people, which means you can sell them for in real life money. This makes cases just gambling in disguise with extra steps, as you will. But Valve do make a lot of money from it. If we take the case opening numbers from last month, calculated by Fiedic, we see that in the month of July there were 23.7 million cases opened. That means 23.7 million cases were bought or gotten through drops, and a key was bought which cost $2.5. Since dollars and euros are now worth about the same, that means 2.5 euros per key. 2.5 times 23.7 million means about 59.3 million euros per month for Valve. That is a lot of money, and that is not even all of it probably, since these numbers only contain known items in the CSGO float database, although the numbers can be higher as well as lower. The second way that Valve make money is through the sale of major capsules. These capsules used to be quite a small part of their income, but it has been becoming more and more over the last few majors. 50% of the money they make from the capsules goes to the teams in the majors, and the other half is for Valve. With the recent 10-year anniversary, CSGO posted that they raised over 70 million euros for teams and organizations, and that means that Valve also got that much, since it's split between them and Valve equally. And that is just one major, which is insane. The third way that Valve can make money is through operations. The initial major pass sale and the stars they sell both give Valve a lot of money, and since people in CSGO love gambling, especially on items that are worth thousands, it works out quite well for them. The fourth way that Valve can make money in the game is through the community market. Since they own the market itself and they own the game, they get 15% of any transaction of CSGO items on the Steam community market. That means you sell your AK Redline to buy a game, they got 15% when you bought it, they get 15% when you sell it, and if you buy a game they also get money from that. In short, they get a large portion of all these transactions, and there are an absolute shit ton of those. The fifth and final way for Valve to make money is by selling other items in the in-game shop, like name tags or storage units. It is smaller than the rest, but don't underestimate this. A lot of people buy these things quite regularly. They can technically also make money from sponsors, for example from majors or other sponsor things, but this is less important for investors. Now I will address the 5 ways for Valve to make money individually to see what happens if Valve stop caring about investors and do something that is bad for the market. The first way is case keys, and this has to do with the entire market. Let's say Valve do something bad for investors, like re-releasing an old operation collection or giving out old discontinued stickers or old items. This would make more people less trusting of the market, since now old and discontinued items can just become available again, crushing the price, which makes them less safe. This will cause less people to invest in CSGO items, and thus same supply less demand means lower price. Because of this lower price, the investors will be less happy, and this is a vicious cycle. If prices are lower across the market, but key prices to open cases stay the same, people will want to open them less due to the return on investment. If you open a case now, you get like 70% back on average, but if the prices go down, it will be even lower. Even if someone doesn't care about ROI at all, how would you feel that even when you get lucky and get a red, it's still only like twice as much as the key was? Since lower sales on keys affect the bottom line of Valve, they have to care. The next way Valve make money is through the sale of major capsules, and although in the far past these were bought mainly by people who who just like them or to open them. Nowadays it's 90% investors, if not more. That means if CSGO major capsules stop being profitable in the long run, less investors will buy them and Valve will make less money, and they hate that, as we know. The third way Valve make money is through operations, and even though there are more people just casually buying the pass and doing the operation, if the items would become less valuable, people would be less interested. And if they wouldn't become more expensive eventually, a lot of people would stop buying them entirely, making them less valuable yet again, which also has a negative impact. The fourth way for Valve to make money is through the community market, and although this would be less affected in the short term, less high prices and less investors interested does mean less transactions, and thus also a lower amount of money through there. And the fifth and final way that Valve make money was in-game transactions, and this would actually also significantly get affected by this. The reason is that Valve sells storage units, and those don't get bought up by normal CSGO players. No, they get bought up by investors buying thousands of cases or capsules. And there are quite a lot of investors buying these things. I mean, I myself have like 20 of them. All these ways Valve make money would be influenced by them not caring about investors. Of course, it has to be said that is the average. It does not mean that they care about your individual investments. Overall, they have to make sure items go up and keep their price when they get older, but it doesn't mean every item will be a great investment. That's why you have to decide between different investments, and that's also why us CSGO investing YouTubers even exist, to help you choose and weigh the options. Even if Valve doesn't know it, their entire economy runs on investors, and without us, it wouldn't be the same. They probably do know this, however, they aren't stupid after all. So what's the conclusion? Well, I think this is a small bit of copium that we all need from time to time. Never sell because of fear, never buy because of FOMO. Always think your decisions through thoroughly. As long as CSGO stays popular, and as long as Valve can make buckets of money from CSGO and case openings and stuff, they will at least do their best to keep the market healthy. That's it for now. If you want to know why I think the CSGO market is in such a good place right now, be sure to check out this video. I want to thank you guys for the recent increase in viewership and subscribers. It's been wonderful to see. If you're still watching, you're truly awesome. Thank you. Goodbye.